What's up YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and today I'm going to be talking about the Microsoft Surface Pro 7. Microsoft, why would I talk about Microsoft? This is Android Digest. I'm outraged. Look, I know you might be outraged, but here's the deal. The Microsoft Surface Pro is a tablet, and we don't have a lot of tablet options for Android. So I want to be a little bit open. I want to talk about the Surface Pro 7, and I want to give it a review today. And I have the base model here. This is the i3 model that came with a keyboard. And the reason why I want to review it today is because Black Friday is coming up. So Best Buy has released their Black Friday pricing. They have released that the Microsoft Surface Pro is going to be $599. That is the Surface Pro 7. So instead of an M3 processor like the Surface Pro 6 had, we see the lowest model actually has an i3 processor, and it also comes with a keyboard. And they have it discounted all the way down to $599. Now, most touchscreen laptops, most touchscreen Windows laptops with these specs, with a SSD, with a i3 processor, those are typically going to run you around $600, $700, $800, but they're not going to have a tablet form. So it's very unique. So today I want to talk about the Surface Pro 7, and I really want to focus on the tablet experience. Now, yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about the desktop experience, but I really want to focus on the tablet experience because I recently had the Galaxy Tab S6. A lot of you have iPads, and you might be wondering if it's worth having a Microsoft tablet. Can you have a good tablet experience on it? Now, yes, it is a good laptop, but is it a good tablet? That's really what I want to talk about today. So with that being said, let's get this video started. So let's first take a look at what's in the box. Now, when you open the box, you're going to see two different boxes inside the box. Now, that is if you get the i3 version with the keyboard, because it has a box for the Surface Pro and for the keyboard. So you'll see here we have the keyboard box. I already took the keyboard out. And if we take a quick look at it, it's a pretty full-size keyboard. It's got the magnetic attachments here to attach to the Surface Pro. You got the trackpad here. And you've got a good full-size keyboard that has fairly large keys. It doesn't seem to be missing anything vital. And from my quick experience, it didn't have a lot of issues with it. So we'll talk more about the keyboard in a moment. But you see on the back, it's almost a fabric on the back here. And on the front, it's a little bit of a different material. But honestly, it's very comfortable, to put your wrists on. So I definitely enjoyed that. Now let's take a quick look at everything else here. You see the box here for the Surface Pro 7, and it looks really nice. And one thing you're going to find, it still has that old clunky charger, okay? So when we open this up here, you're going to see this is going to have the charger in it. And when you look at it, it is not a USB-C charger. It does come with that old Microsoft Surface charger that has this weird little connection here you could see. But even though it does come with that, I have good news. This Microsoft Surface Pro 7 does support USB-C charging. So you can charge with the USB-C cable. You could also use it for other things, but it has one USB-C port. Outside of that, it does come with the manual, which who really cares about that? So yep, it comes with what it needs. It comes with the charger, it comes with the keyboard, and that's really about it for the box. All right, now let's take a look at the device itself. As you can see on the device, if we look at the screen, it's still about the same bezels that we had on previous Surface Pro models, but they are pretty small. But to use it as a tablet, you're really going to want those bezels, so I really don't mind it. Now, if we look at it at the bottom, we just have the magnetic port that you can connect the Surface Pro keyboard with. On the left side, all we really see is a headphone jack, which is a little odd. I'm wondering why they couldn't make a little better use of the left side of the tablet. But on top, you see a power button and a up and down on the volume. And on the right side, you do see that USB-C port, which I'm very excited about, that I can use some chargers to charge it. Now, it may need to be a high-powered charger. Okay, you may need to get like an Anchor charger from Amazon and actually use a USB-C to USB-C charger. I did that and it did charge well. Now, we see here a USB-A port, and we see the charging port here for the Microsoft Surface charger. So this kickstand here is on the back as well. You also see a camera. It's got a rear camera and a front-facing camera. And this kickstand goes very far back, so you can get a lot of viewing angles, and it is very sturdy. So I was very impressed with that, which helps with making a great tablet experience. Now I do want to go in detail here, and I want to talk about the display. Now the display is a really good display. It is a 12.3 inch display on this. It's a 2736 by 1824 resolution. It's got 267 ppi on it, and it's a 3:2 aspect ratio. The display is crisp, it looks very clear, and it is a very bright device. You know, when I compared it to other devices, I did see it has a lot of brightness on it. So personally, I really enjoyed the display on this, and even when I made things bigger, I increased the size of the icons and things like that, it still looks really good. The fact that the resolution is so good, I'm really impressed by, and I will tell you, it looks crisp when I'm watching videos, when I'm reading, and even when I make the text bigger so that I could see a lot more clearly. I can tell you what, even though I might not look it and I might not be getting old, I just want to be able to see good, and this tablet helps me see well. It looks great, it looks crisp, and I love it. Now I do want to talk about performance, and let me tell you, this device performs well. It's got an i3 processor, it's got 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it's got 128 gigabytes of solid state storage in it. Now if you go up to the i5 model or the i7 model, you will experience better performance. I mean, it's going to perform better for you, but for the price, when you consider the fact that the keyboard is included on this lower model, and when you get to Black Friday or even after Black Friday, you will still see deals throughout the year. Towards the end of the year, towards Christmas, you're going to see deals after Christmas. You're going to see this model, and it will probably be around $600 frequently, okay? So you're going to see an i3 processor, 128 gigabytes of storage, but it is an SSD, which is very important. It is a fast hard drive. And when you combine that with a keyboard that normally costs like $100 and you get that for free, that is a huge deal. So I'm really pumped about the prices you're going to see. So when you compare the performance to the price, it performs well. And personally, I didn't experience a lot of problems with the 4 gigabytes of RAM. I know some people would want 8 gigabytes of RAM, and for you, you might want to upgrade. But again, that could be a costly upgrade because you're not just paying for a higher model, you're also paying for the keyboard separately as well. So it might not be worth it for you. For me, I didn't experience a ton of issues as I was doing different tasks, but for those of you who do like intense video editing and stuff like that, you really might want to jump up to a different model. Also, I want to mention that the keyboard is great. So when you're using this as a laptop, I think this is a great laptop for the price. When I looked at different specs to try to get a solid state drive and to get an i3 processor, unless you're seeing a really good deal, like right now, you know, that's the season for deals, okay? It is Black Friday, it is Cyber Monday coming, so there are great deals out there. But outside of those windows, it is tough, okay? It is almost $600-700 that you're gonna have to pay for a decent laptop, and it will not have as good of a display as this Surface Pro. So to get a Surface Pro with a great display, to get a Surface Pro with good performance, a pretty good hard drive in it with a solid state drive, I was impressed with what you can get for the money, at least with all the deals out there right now. And I expect these deals again to continue through the new year. Now I do want to mention the weight. It is 1.7 pounds. It is about the same as you saw in last year's model. It's very identical to the Pixel Slate if you're a Chromebook person. But of course, compared to the Galaxy Tab S6, you're going to see almost a full pound in difference. So it definitely is heavier than you're going to see in a lighter Android tablet. But again, a big reason why is you get a little more power with this i3 processor. So as a laptop, it works well. And if productivity is your first thing, you want a laptop, it's going to work really well for you. Now, when you compare this to a Chromebook, okay, because I've seen crazy deals on Chromebooks. I've seen Chromebooks go for like $350. They retail at $600. They're going for $350. It is crazy. So if you love and need a productive device and productivity is your first thing, the big question to ask yourself is, do you use Windows applications? Do you use Windows programs? So do you use a full version of Photoshop? Do you use a full version of a program? An .exe file, okay? Do you use a full program that you can't get on an Android tablet, that you can't get on a Chromebook? If the answer is yes, then a Chromebook might not be a good option for you. But if you're like me, you just use Google Drive for most things. Okay, you use Google Drive, you watch Hulu, you get on Netflix, you do browsing, you go through the news, and your main work that you do is through Google Docs, and you want to be productive, but the main stuff you do is really on your website. You edit a website through the web. A Chromebook in that case will work really well for you, and it might be worth considering that, yes, even though this is a great deal, even at $599, holy cow, you might be able to get a Chromebook with similar specs for a lower price. So I'm coming at this from an Android perspective, okay? And if you're someone who is productivity first, this is a very good option, okay? So I do want to mention it is a great laptop experience. And as far as the keyboard, I just want to say the keyboard has really good travel when I was using it and typing on it. It really works well. In fact, the keyboard worked even better on my lap, if you can believe it. I tell you, I was using the keyboard on my lap and I was like, holy smokes, this keyboard feels so good. Like the travel feels good. So when you use it at that angle, when it's on your lap, it feels amazing. And I thought the keyboard was great. And it's a good sized keyboard, okay? You could press F7 here if you want to turn the backlighting up or off. And with good backlighting, a good keyboard, it feels good. I thought, man, this is a great laptop, really. It's a great device for a laptop. Now keep in mind with this device though, that even though it's a great laptop, you'll get pretty good performance, and at least for the price, it really fits in well to have a better display than other models at the price. It's got a good keyboard, and it also gives you flexibility to have this as a tablet. So if a tablet is your secondary purpose, not your primary purpose, this is a good device. But I'm an Android user. I came from the Galaxy Tab S6. My primary use was entertainment. I like to watch Hulu. I like to surf the web. I like to go on Google News. I like to read various things on the web. I like to watch YouTube. And occasionally, very occasionally, I like to do some stuff on the web. Yes, I do video editing, which it's a bummer that I can't do on an Android tablet, or at least can't do it very well. But I'm primarily entertainment first. Now, does this device hold up as a tablet? Now, I've got to be honest here. I had some issues with this device as a tablet, okay? So as I was using it, the one thing I noticed first off was the scaling. So if you have it at 200%, okay, and you're trying to use it as a tablet, sometimes I like to have my tablet in portrait mode because sometimes I'm presenting something or I'm reading something where I want it to be long. And look, when I'm in portrait mode, it doesn't adjust at all for Chrome, so I have to scroll back and forth. If I'm on USA Today, I gotta go back and forth when I'm reading, right? So simply put, you're gonna have to shrink everything in portrait mode just to make things look good. And when you make things bigger, okay, so I personally like to have my icons bigger. So when I'm on Android, I make the display of things larger. And it's partially because I just don't want to go blind, okay? I'm still young, I'm not going there. But when I make things bigger, okay, I bring it up to 250%. Look at, even in landscape mode, it makes web pages very weird to where I literally have to go to the zoom. I have to turn the zoom down just to make it work right. You're going to have to do a lot of tweaking, is what I'm saying, to make this work good as a tablet for you. So a lot of apps just are not available. The Windows Store does not have good applications. You either have to use Google Chrome or you have to use Edge or a browser and make a shortcut. You can add shortcuts to your desktop. You can add shortcuts as well to your homepage, to your start menu. Or you're going to have to find a program, a full-on program to install for a lot of these things. Even if it seems minor, if Google Chrome is closed, let's say it's completely closed, and I want to go to Google News. I want to open Google News. Look how it's taking a second or two to load. If I had an Android tablet, that Android tablet could have a slower processor than this. It could have less RAM than this and still probably load it faster than that. So small things like Google News, they just do not load fast enough because you have to pull up a full web browser to do so. So when you're just looking to do quick little things that you would do on a tablet, you just want to go to your banking app or something, you want to go to pay a credit card bill. Again, you're going to have to make a shortcut for that, and you're going to have to put that on your home page and your start menu. So the fact that you have to go through all these things just to get things set up right, for one, is annoying. Like, you just want to be able to download an app and be done. But two, on top of having to make shortcuts for everything, you have to also, again, wait for them to load. Not to mention the fact that when you scale these programs and you have these programs scaled because you want to make things bigger, you're also going to run into things like this, where you have Lord of the Rings Online. Let's say you want to play a game like World of Warcraft or something like that. Look how small the launcher is now. And when I launch the game will not launch at a proper resolution. Now you could say, well, that's just Lord of the Rings Online. But I've had this experience as well with other applications, okay? So yes, Windows gives you the ability to have some gaming. Yes, it gives you the ability to run some full programs. But even now, I exited out of Lord of the Rings Online, and now it's not even at the home screen. I have to click something just to get it to go back. So the tablet experience isn't perfect, okay? Now it still can work. You might just have to wait another second to load something. So you're going to get a great laptop for the money if you find the right deal, and you're going to get a device with a great display, good performance, and a device with an SD card slot. It charges with USB-C, and you have an extra charger it's going to come with, so you could use your USB-C charger and this. So there's a lot of cool perks to it, and I love this keyboard. As a tablet, if it's tablet first for you, this is not a great tablet. You're going to have some compatibility issues and some minor issues as you use it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers, baby, okay? Please like this video, subscribe to our page. It is an Android Digest Palooza, okay? And Black Friday's coming up, okay? And I'm gonna have some different things on deals. You can go to my website, androiddigest.com. You can also go to facebook.com/theandroiddigest. And I'm gonna have a lot of Black Friday deals coming up. I'm also gonna post about Cyber Monday and stuff like that. So please follow my pages, but please, I need 1,000 subs, y'all. My baby gotta eat, so please subscribe to this page. Thank you so much, and I really hope you have a glorious day.